feel so sorry for my team. The guys did a great job this weekend, and it's something that you can do nothing, you know. It's just try to avoid the contact. It's the second time with me. Last year was with Matos. Now with Justin, I feel so bad for them.
3 races in a row, you have had incidents, 5 DNFs. How do you keep your head in this game?
Well, you know, you need to think cold, you know. You need to just take to the next race.
Mario, thank you. Bob, back to you.
And the green flag comes out. We are back to racing. Scott Dixon was challenged. Oh, look at this, 3 wide into turn 1.
And you saw a brief graphic of the overtake assist, and there are a whole host of people that are all over the button right now to get some extra horsepower to make a move. And that's exactly what the crew for Will Power told their driver, because Scott Dixon used one on the start as we got ready to go to the tread cam. And so Will Power, with a big tread cam shows you the way these cars have got the grip, Will Power used the button that time on that restart.
Isn't that cool?
Going right. I mean, that's at what, probably 181, 182 miles an hour right across that tread cam.
And that's Ryan Hunter-Reay on the high side. That's got the green colors of Ethanol USA. They've added to that IZOD machine now. Kanaan on the outside looking at Briscoe.
And right in front of Kanaan is Ryan Hunter-Reay. These two guys are teammates driving for Andretti Autosport. Oh, there.
Just got
by him on the outside, or went by him on the inside. But both these guys weren't happy with their qualifying, that being TK and Ryan Hunter-Reay. But they had very good race cars. And when we get on board with them, we'll see it.
Marco has taken second position from Scott Dixon. And now Marco sets his sights on the leader, Will Power.
Well, we heard from him at the top of the show. He's got a little extra pressure to bring home a little Father's Day gift since he didn't have anything else for his dad, Michael. So that's some good incentive.
This is the 7th race, by the way, that Will Power has led this season. The only race that he has not led was on the 1.5 mile at Kansas Speedway. And look at Marco looking to the inside, but finding no room there. Now he looks to the outside. Robbie Floyd.
Well, Marco told me yesterday he wants that car in front. He said he had a good pull car, so I think he's trying to get out in front of Will Power early because I think he can pull away. Nobody wants me behind, and you see the aggressiveness out of Marco Andretti already. The same thing he said he wanted to do yesterday.
I think we are very close to seeing a Marco Andretti win this year. I really do. He's run very, very well recently, and now challenges for the lead.
And he's had a very good race car really all year. When I'm thinking back to Brilson's AP, looking to the high side, and again, why you see him looking to the high side and people that are going to go to the high side is you have all that, look at him, bob and weave. You have all that downforce in the race car, that big number that puts that big load through the steering wheel for these guys, but it really sticks that car on multiple grooves.
Coming up on the 18 of Milka Duno to put her a lap down here on the 22nd lap. Marco!
Oh, look out!
Man. Wow. Good heads-up stuff there by Marco. It almost, I think there's probably contact between Power and Milka. She went up the track right in front of Marco.
And that had caused Marco to lose momentum. He's dropped back to third as Dixon has taken second once again. And here comes Franchitti and Elio Castroneves. And side by side, Ryan Briscoe and Alex Tagliani.
How was there not a crash in that
really
one? Wow, that was some awesome driving with 3 cars in a spot where there was really room for 2.
Danica Patrick's running 12th.
Looking up there at Tagliani on the right in front of her.
Let's take a look at that again. It came up on Milka Duno.
Marco Andretti did a fantastic job in not getting into Milka, and Milka shouldn't have been surprised. Should have had plenty of time to know the leaders were coming, but looked like it was a complete shock.
And it was a surprise reaction. I don't think her and Will touched, but the surprise reaction is what put her up in front of Marco so quick, that jerk back up the track.
Tagliani and E.J. Viso are racing with each other. Vitor Mirror running in 15th position. So it's still Will Power leading over Dixon, Andretti, Franchitti, and Castroneves at Iowa Speedway. 29th of 29 of 250 laps completed here at the Iowa Speedway. And Will Power has led all the way so far for Verizon Team Penske. Running in second spot is Marco Andretti, then Dixon, Franchitti, and Castro Neves.
And Power goes by Milka Duno again. Now, Brian Barnhart has told the drivers, if you're not within 1 second of the leader's pace, he's going to pull you off the course. She right now is off of that mark.
And here's a battle for third.
And Dario's got it over Dixon. We're on board with Dixon. Yep. That's Dario up in front, so he got that spot kind of in that whole checking up process of back markers.
That only took 9 laps to lap her again. That's a safety issue. I think you've got to take her off.
It is, and what happens when you start getting lapped by all these guys, you get out of the groove and you lose your momentum, and then they're just back on top of you, like you say, and 9 laps this time.
Firestone telemetry up in the upper right.
There he's going over the tread cam at 179.
There's a little
bump. But check the move ahead. Whoa!
You see the wiggle.
There was a wiggle.
Big wiggle from Power. That's Power with the Verizon on his rear wing.
Yeah,
that was with the wiggle.
He's lost it.
Yep.
What a nice move on the high side.
Marco Andretti takes the lead.
Now, can Marco check out with a little bit of clean air in front of him? But remember, he's going to be coming up on back markers right away. Yep. So everybody has to have a car that handles well in traffic. Dixon tries to sneak by Muto, who we know has been struggling.
Boy, yeah, Hideki has a great record here, finished second and third, but he had a horrible qualifying effort, and the car apparently is not running much better today.
We answered a question here, and people suggested that maybe Will Power would start the race with not a lot of downforce, and as soon as he got in traffic, look at him fall back to Sato now on the high side.
Yeah, Sato
and by him. High side and by him. So you're right. I mean, that aero balance and how much downforce you have in the car, that could be playing a big factor already on.
Down to Lindy Thaxton.
Justin Wilson, most importantly, you're in the medical center a little bit longer than Marias. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just bruised my foot, but I'm okay, so just disappointed. I thought we had a good car today. I thought the charter car could be running at the front, but you know, it's not the way I wanted today to work out. Feel sorry for Mario and his guys as well as everyone at Driving Reinbold Racing, because it's a shame to go out on the first lap.
So you say simply the car just felt too loose?
Yeah, 2, 1 and 2 felt great. Went into 3, everything was good, but you know, I got halfway through 3 and the back started to come out. I started to get out of the throttle, but it was too late. The momentum took over, so yeah, this is how it is.
Justin, thank you. And of course, Watkins Glen is next, Bob, where Justin won last year.
Exactly. Well, Marco Andretti stretches out the advantage just a little bit over Dario Franchitti now. And here is how Marco got the lead. It's tough to keep up with everything that's going on in the racetrack, but here's how Marco got around Will Power.
And Power had to do a big checkup behind Muto. We didn't see that earlier, but he really had to dump the throttle. And you see what a big deal that is when you have to dump the throttle and you lose that momentum. He just got railroaded.
About a half a second advantage over Dario right now with Dixon, Elio Castroneves, and Takuma Sato the top 5. This is the 4th race that Marco has led this year. He led 58 of 90 laps at Alabama. You saw him versus nonstop. Another lead change as Dario Franchitti has now taken the lead. Scott Dixon has moved to second, and Marco Andretti, who was leading just a few seconds ago, he is back to make that 4th position as Castroneves now moves to 3rd. And you did not see this on nonstop because it happened behind the leaders, but look at Will Power and Bertrand Baguette. And by the way, Will Powers, we have another caution on the racetrack. Here's the contact between Power and Baguette headed down into turn number 1.
Great save by Baguette. I mean, look at that. It really lifted up the rear of his car, and he got sawn on the wheel. So nice save by him.
Will Powers dropped to 9th position after leading the first 32 laps of the race.
Well, what we saw from Power at the beginning of the race when he talked to Jack, I think it was, he said, we're going to put on a bunch of downforce.
He said, I won't tell you how much.
Relative to everybody else. Exactly.
Correct.
So what is a bunch of downforce? Maybe not enough.
Not enough at this point.
By the way, Milka Duno has been flagged off the racetrack, so she is out of the race. And Bertrand Baguette that we saw just a few minutes ago in the incident with Will Power, he pitted a while ago and lost 3 laps. So we are under caution now for the second time. And here again is the Pete Treadcam duck. Ooh.